Weathering, Soil Formation, and Mass Wasting, presented by Cabalo, Castardo, and Palo. What is weathering? Weathering is a process where rocks break down into smaller pieces. This can happen physically, breaking apart, or chemically, changing their composition. It's caused by changes in temperature, water, ice, wind, plants, and animals. There are three types of weathering: mechanical weathering, chemical weathering, and biological activity. First is mechanical weathering. A mechanical weathering is a physical breakup of rocks without changing chemical composition. For example, frost wedging, also called as ice wedging. Frost wedging is a type of mechanical weathering that happens when water gets into cracks of rocks, then freezes and expands, slowly breaking the rock apart. Our next example is unloading or exfoliation. Unloading, also called exfoliation, is another type of mechanical weathering. It happens when deep rocks are suddenly exposed at the surface and their layers peel off. Next is chemical weathering. Chemical weathering changes the minerals inside the rock using chemical reactions. Water is the most important agent. These are the types. First is dissolution. Minerals dissolve in water, especially when it's acidic. Next is hydrolysis. Water reacts with minerals and forms clay. For example, feldspar in granite turns into clay. Next is oxidation. Rocks with iron react with oxygen and rust. For example, red salts in Antipolo come from oxidized iron. Next is carbonation. Carbon dioxide plus water is equals to carbonic acid. This breaks down rocks like limestone. For example, leads to sinkholes in areas like Bohol. And lastly, hydration. Minerals absorb water and expand, weakening the rock. These pictures shown are just examples of some rock formation that are influenced by chemical weathering. As you can see, there are some difference on their appearances. And lastly, biological activity. Biological activity is when roots grow into cracks and break the rock apart. Burrowing animals also help. For example, tree roots breaking sidewalks or rabbits burrowing into soil. And now we're done discussing weathering. Let's proceed to soil formation. But before we will proceed, let's define what is soil. It is a complex mix of mineral matter, organic matter, water, and air-supporting plant life. There are 5 soil formation factors, which is the CLORP, C-L-O-R-P-T. So weathering breaks down parent material into smaller particles. Organisms add organic matter and influence soil structure. Climate and relief factors interact to shape soil development. Over time, these processes combine to form a unique soil profile with distinct characteristics. Mass wasting. What happens after weathering? Once rocks are broken into smaller pieces and turned into soil, gravity can pull them downhill. This is called mass wasting or mass movement. There are 2 types of mass wasting, slow movements and rapid movements. Let's first start with slow movements. Creep. Slow downward movements of soil or rock. You won't notice it daily, but over years, you'll see bent trees or leaning fences. Solifluction. This type, water mixed with soil forms clay, which move as a thick, viscous fluid. It is more dominant in certain glaciated areas. And now, let's proceed to the rapid mass wasting or disasters. This happens fast and can cause serious damage or death. First is landslide or sudden collapse of a slope. And next is earth flow or the water-soaked soil flows downhill, as seen on agricultural areas with clay soil during typhoons. Next is mud flow or a fast-moving river of mud, common in volcanic areas like Taal or Mayon, especially during heavy rain. And lastly, sheet wash. A thin layer of soil is washed away, common in deforested uplands. And now, the question is, how they are connected? The weathering, soil formation, and mass wasting. The chart shows that weathering breaks down rocks into particles that with organic matter, water, and air form soil. Soil properties like texture, stability, and soil condition affects its strength. Under gravity, soil and rock may move downslope as mass wasting, a process influenced by slope angle, water, vegetation, earthquakes, and human activities. And this is how they are interconnected. And this is our discussion, and I hope you've learned something. Once again, we are the Group 7, Cabalo, Castardo, and Palio. Thank you for listening.